Hello and welcome to The Big Picture. After a period of lull over religious issues dominating politics, the atmosphere is once again getting heated up. The BJP, which had virtually stopped talking of the Ram temple for some years now, is once again keen to revive the issue again. Its newly elected President Rajnath Singh has in the last few days echoed the sentiments expressed by the Sangh Parivar organizations like the Vishwa Hindu Parishad and RSS. His assertions that BJP is of the firm opinion that Ram temple should be built at Ayodhya and there would be no problem with the allies on this issue is bound to revive the debate on Hindutva agenda being revived by the BJP. The assertion by VHP recently that if government doesn't agree to build the Ram temple in 6 months or agree to build it in 6 months, they will start an all-India agitation is also a clear indication of religious issues once again being sought to dominate the political agenda. With elections to the Lok Sabha just a year away and many states to go to polls before that, is the religious agenda being brought back into electoral politics? We will discuss this today with an eminent panel of guests. I have with me Shankar Aiyar, Congress MP and a former Union Minister, Chandan Mitra, BJP MP, Nilotpal Basu, CPIM Central Committee Member, and Prof. Pralay Kanungo, Chairperson, Center for Political Studies, JNU, and author of the book RSS Tryst with Politics. Welcome to all of you. Chandan, let me come to you first. Chandan, is this an attempt in when going into an election year to revive the Hindutva agenda?
Girish, you are a very senior journalist and I have known you for many years as a very good professional print journalist. Now you have changed your avatar. But as a journalist of such wide experience, you should not be asking this question. I can understand these new kids on the block keep asking the same thing on TV day in and day out. But the fact is, as you know, that the BJP manifesto had it in 99, in 2004, 2009 and will have the Ram Mandir issue and reaffirm the party's commitment to build a grand or glorious, bhavya Ram Mandir at Bhagwan Ram's birthplace in Ayodhya. Nothing new about it.
Nothing new about it?
Yes, it is true that during this period, nothing new about the party's commitment. The VHP, if its agitation, it has been leading agitation from time to time on this issue. They have revived a call and have now said they will think of an agitation after 6 months if no law is passed. That may be a new dimension to the whole thing. But for BJP, it is not new. It is our core commitment of the party. And therefore, we will continue to pursue it till such time as that temple is built in Bhagwan Ram's birthplace.
Chandan, you said it is nothing is new in this. The fact is that your party president has taken up the issue at the Mahakumbh, going there and talking about these issues. Anyway, you have given your explanation. Let me go to Shankar Aiyar on this. Shankar Aiyar, you think this is an attempt to revive Chandan, though Chandan thinks that it is. You heard what he said, that there is no point in reviving this. It's always been there on the agenda.
Yeah, I know. The only difference between the two of you appears to be that you use the word revive and he says it was always on the agenda.
Yes.
But when one considers that in elections since 1992, there has been a deliberate attempt on the part of the BJP to underplay this point and to try and emphasize other points, I think what we are seeing is a dangerous return to the kind of atmosphere that prevailed between 1990 and 1992 and led to the disgusting and reprehensible destruction of a mosque which deeply offended the sentiments of not only the minority community in India but also secular people like myself. And when these temperatures are stoked in the name of religion, it is inevitable that there would also be the stoking of religious sentiment on the part of other religious groups. And given that our election commission has said that using election opportunities to defame another community is unacceptable, I fear that even as Mr. Togadia has recently demonstrated, if you start raising religious issues, it very soon deteriorates into anti-religious sentiments for the beliefs held by others. I am therefore deeply concerned.
Okay.
And unlike Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao, who was tricked into believing that the VHP and the BJP are perhaps different entities and both can be trusted, I don't trust anyone in the Sangh Parivar, and I certainly don't trust the political extension of that Parivar, which is the BJP.
Okay.
I hope to high heaven that good sense will prevail, but I don't expect it to. We'll fight these communalists if we have to.
Okay. Chandan, you know, the point raised by Mani Shankar Aiyar.
Just a
the
very
point
short,
he raised,
very
specific,
short
the specific.
I would like to know just listen to me.
Chandan, just one point which I want you to answer. He says that, you know, by raising these issues, this will vitiate the atmosphere in this country and create a divide. Do you agree with that?
Well, you know, every time these kind of issues are raised, there is, as always said, particularly in the media, that this vitiates and so on and so forth. But there is no real evidence of this happening. And because this Ram Mandir is not a merely VHP or BJP or RSS issue, it is, as Atal Bihari Vajpayee once said, it is an expression of national sentiment. I don't agree with those who say that this offends the sensibilities of the minorities. A large section of the minority community welcomes the setting up of Ram Temple. After all, Allama Iqbal described Bhagwan Ram as Imam-e-Hind. So I don't think there is a major issue there, and the matter is really settled. And I would just like to remind Mr. Mani Shankar Aiyar that while he is poured vitriol on Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao, one of the most successful Congress Prime Ministers in this country's history, he has conveniently forgotten the role of his dear friend, Shri Rajiv Gandhi, who not only opened the locks of the temple, whatever you may call it, disputed shrine complex, and even organized the Shilanyas in the company of then UP Chief Minister Mr. Narendra Tiwari and the then Home Minister Mr. Bhuta Singh. It was Rajiv Gandhi's government which did it.
Chandan, I'll come back to you. Mani Shankar Aiyar, I'll come back to you. You can reply to that after first, let me go to Mr. Hari Kishore Singh. Hari Kishore Singh of the Janata Dal U. He's joining us on the phone line. Welcome, Mr. Singh. Mr. Singh, the issue today is we are discussing about reviving the religious agenda in electoral politics. You have seen and heard what the BJP leadership has been talking about in the last few days. You think as a ally of the BJP, you are comfortable with this agenda being revived? Chandan Mitra says that it is not a revival; it has always been there.
No. I subscribe to the theory of Janata Dal. I came to politics at the inspiration of Sri Jayaprakash Narayan, and my intellectual training in Banaras University was at the feet of Acharya Narendra Dev. I strongly object of mingling religion with politics. Religion has its own sphere. Politics is different. Politics and religion should not be combined.
Hari Kishore saying one of the things which Mr. Rajnath Singh has said is that the allies of the BJP should not have any problems. They had this on their agenda in their manifesto or vision document, as they called it, in 2009 and 2004, and still you people were part of that alliance. So why should it be different this time?
We are part of the alliance, and it is quite clear. It has been clearly stated. There are three things: that no dual citizenship issue about the dual citizenship, Kashmir and Ram Mandir issue will be kept aside. It will not be part of the national agenda of NDA.
Okay. We will come back to you, Mr. Stay on, Mr. Hari Kishore Singh, Nilotpal. You heard all the three. Chandan says that there is no real evidence that this kind of issues will vitiate the atmosphere.
First of all, I am a little uncomfortable with the mention that you are making about religious agenda. We clearly think that political Hindutva has nothing to do with religion. It is a misuse of attempted misuse of the religious sentiments of the people to ascend power. And I am really awestruck by the manner in which Chandan, for a former Marxist, has adapted to this new vocabulary and nomenclatures. Now, it is clear that he was referring to Mr. Bajpayee's that quote, which I will also remind him got defeated. On that, we had a motion in the parliament and it got defeated. Because the building of Ram temple can never be the expression of national sentiments. He is defining or trying to narrow down the definition of nationalism. He is again harking back to those days where they used to use this Hindu nationalism, cultural nationalism and so on and so forth. It is a clear-cut attempt to again communalize the polity, but at the same time I will say that still BJP is not clear in its mind, because on the one hand it understands and it is under pressure from, as you said, the RSS and its brotherhood, that one should adopt the communal agenda because they are a little bit excited for what happened in Assam and the simmering communal incidents continue after Assam. And also there is this factor which was articulated by Mr. Harikishore Singh, the sentiments of the secular regional allies. Now, in the numbers game, BJP is quite clear that, I mean, they are caught between the devil and the dipsy. I mean, whether they go for the alliance, I mean, they will have to put it to the back burner as they said they did in the past, or else, I mean, they get totally isolated as they stood isolated since that fateful day in December 1992.
That is their concern. I don't think you should be concerned about their isolation. I'll ask Chandan about that. Before that, Dr. Professor Kanungo, let's look at the larger picture. There was this first few decades where there were attempts to bring religious issues into politics, but like Harikishore Singh was saying that religion and politics had been kept separate. But now, do you think it has become an inseparable part of politics? The religious issues, religious agenda has become, whether it is the Hindutva religion agenda or the other religions being tried to being used for politics. Has it become an inevitable thing in Indian politics now?
Yeah. Well, religion was used as a kind of cementing force as well.
Yes.
If you look at Gandhi's approach to religion, it was completely different.
Right.
I mean, it was religion in the public sphere. Religion was used to take a very positive kind of role, right, uniting different communities.
Right.
But I don't think that is necessary that you should always have religion on your political agenda. You can have a politics today without keeping the religious agenda completely separate. At this stage, I think that I agree with Mr. Basu that it's a little premature at the stage to think that the BJP has already decided on its core agenda for the 2014. I think there is
but
still...
from what Chandan says that he's not denying it.
No,
he's saying that it's always been their agenda.
Yeah,
it is. He even
I
talks
agree.
Of building the Ram temple.
No, keeping something in the manifesto...
Your skepticism doesn't seem to be manifested in Chandan Mitra's arguments.
No, keeping an agenda on your manifesto is something different. Whether you are going to wreck it up, whether it is been used as a core agenda. But if you look at 2004, if you look at 2009, Ram Janambhoomi was exactly a kind of passing reference, I would say. So if you are really want to bring it back, right, so you have to give a different texture to this, kind of paragraph or whatever is mentioned, right? So this would be the core agenda of the party.
I mean, that is interesting. We will see whether it's going to be a core agenda or is it just a passing mention. But before that, we need to go into a short break now. Please keep watching. We'll be back very soon. Welcome back. We are discussing the issue of revival of religious issues into the political agenda. Let me come to Chandan. Professor Kanungo thinks that this is just your core issue. Whether it will become a core issue, both of them are skeptical about it. They say that this may be one of those passing mentions on this issue, which like in 2009 and 2004. Do you agree with that, or do you think going by the kind of hype which we have seen in the last few days with all the senior leaders of the Sangh Parivar, including your BJP president, talking about it, do you agree with them, or do you think that this will just be one of the issues?
Well, I don't know how Professor Kanungo defines core issue. As far as I am concerned, it is something which has been part of the BJP's manifesto and agenda since 1989, when at Palampur, Mr. L.K. Advani pledged the BJP's support for the VHP's agitation for Ram Mandir.
Yes.
I think since then, the entire BJP cadre, all BJP followers, have been inspired by the ideology of the Ram Mandir movement. So, in that situation, I think it is very much a core issue. But yes, the point Harikishore Singh was making is a valid point, that when we formulated the NDA's National Agenda of Governance, in order to keep the sensibilities of allies in mind, we agreed to put some things on the back burner, and the Ram Mandir issue was among the 2 or 3 others. That was, it was decided it will not be part of the NDA's agenda of governance. Also, to change the law, will require a 2/3 majority in parliament.
Absolutely. Chandan, so this time also it will be the same thing, that it will be the BJP's issue and NDA. You'll continue to tell your allies that, look, we will keep that in the back burner. This game will continue this time also?
Girish, don't indulge in crystal gazing. We will make every effort, I can assure you, and changing the law is not the only way. We have been trying a lot of activity behind the scenes to bring the 2 community leaders together to try and reach an amicable settlement, and request the members of the minority community to accept this as an article of faith with the Hindu community in this country and have an amicable settlement.
Okay. Shankar Aiyar, you think an amicable settlement can be reached? One. Second thing is this, when did religion become part of the political agenda in this country? To a large extent, don't you think Congress is responsible for allowing it to happen also in the 80s?
Religion has always been part of our national life. It's woven into the warp and the woof of our civilization, our composite civilization, and it is not the monopoly of any one religious group. But as was pointed out by Professor Kanungo, when Gandhiji invoked spiritual beliefs, it was to bring communities together.
Right.
When the Sangh Parivar invokes spiritual beliefs, it is to divide communities one from the other. I find it terribly hypocritical to listen to people who have been dividing this nation talking about coming to an amicable solution. Was it designed to promote amity that they stood by doing nothing while the Babri Masjid was brought down? Is it an act of amity if they say that this is not a mosque at all, this is a Vivadit Dhancha? It's all very well that after the Gumbaz comes down, you then say, oh, it is the saddest day of my life. I look at those those crocodile tears, and it seems to me to symbolize the hypocrisy that stands behind this. Yes, Rajiv Gandhi did say that you're perfectly entitled to build as big a temple as you want outside the disputed property. It had nothing to do with Mandir Hum Wahi Banayenge. What is Wahi? Wahi was supposed to be the Mehrab of the masjid.
Right.
They had no great interest in building a big temple. Their interest was in destroying a mosque and thereby sharply and very, very hurtfully troubling people who are citizens of our country. He talks about this being a national sentiment. I know that Vajpayee ji was a master of turning phrases, but how can it be national sentiment to raise it in this context and this manner when not only is the entire opposition united against doing this kind of a thing, but even the BJP's own allies are, and that is why they were compelled to put what they regard at least as a permanent element of their agenda, if not a core item, on the back burner. And the attempt now being made in Allahabad is to restore it to its earlier status as a core agenda. कहते हैं कि राम की सौगंध हमने खाया है कि मंदिर वहीं बनाएंगे. Now, if they have taken an oath in the name of Ram and don't have also taken an oath in the name of the Constitution, I asked Advani ji in Parliament as to which of the two oaths would prevail if they came in conflict with each other.
Right.
He just said they wouldn't come in conflict with each other. But this was before they brought down the masjid.
Right.
And therefore, it is a contentious issue, and not until matters are completely resolved through the legal process is it at all moral, leave alone correct politically, to bring up this issue. And I am very concerned that there is a serious attempt being made within the Sangh Parivar and within the BJP to give this issue a prominence which it has not had for the better part of a decade. That's very, very unfortunate.
Okay, Mr. Hari Kishore Singh.
Yes.
Mr. Hari Kishore Singh, yes.
I have heard very carefully Mr. Shankar Aiyar.
Yes.
He is one of the culprits of propagating Muslim community, Hindu communalism, because you are principal secretary to late Rajiv Gandhi, who was a perfect gentleman and a nice person, an innocent person. It was Mr. Rajiv Gandhi who at his behest, Bir Bahadur Singh,
Mr. Hari Kishore Singh, I think Chandan Mitra raised that issue, and I think Mani Shankar has already responded to it. No, I want you to respond. We are running short of time, Mr. Hari Kishore Singh.
Chandan is too polite.
No,
okay. You should not have called
me. No, that's okay. Mr. Hari Kishore Singh. Mr. Hari Kishore Singh. No, that's all part of, that's very well recorded. So far, and Chandan has raised it. No, I want you to answer this question. Now that the BJP is talking about these issues, how will the JDU approach this? And will you agree? Will you agree to their? No, will you agree to the formulation?
The culprit was Mani Shankar Aiyar.
Okay. That's your point of view. There's no point. It's okay. But my question is, how is JDU going to approach this issue now that the BJP says that it is going to be part of its core agenda?
We are very clear.
Yes.
Mandir issue is not part of the agenda. We are for amicable settlement, either by the agreement of the two communities or the decision of the Supreme Court of India.
Okay.
That is the highest court of the country.
Okay.
Nothing.
We will. Okay, Mr. Kishore.
We will not be part of any decision which destroys that Mandir. We are not committed to the Mandir.
Okay, Mr. Singh. Mr. Mani Shankar Aiyar, do you want to respond quickly to what Mr. Hari Kishore Singh said before I go to Nilotpal Basu? We are running short of quickly if you want to respond.
I think I should dismiss what Hari Kishore Singh, who's always had an animus against me, has to say with the contempt it deserves. I'm not going to respond to these silly charges, this distortion of history, and there's not enough time to in any case shut him up.
Like me.
Okay. Nilotpal. No. The concern, if this comes back into the mainstream agenda of politics, the election during the election year, what kind of a response do you think the BJP will get? One second thing is, how will it affect the electoral scenario in this country?
No, one point I want to clarify what you were stating earlier, that even other communities, etc., this religious agenda coming back. You see, it has also got to do with the overall global atmosphere, globalization, identity politics has become not only in India but elsewhere in the world. And because India, there is so much of diversity, therefore India appears to be a natural habitat for the assertion of this identity politics and so on and so forth. But I think India today, in the 21st century, is not really prepared to go back to the 80s and the 90s, and therefore you also, I suspected and I recognized a tone of resignation in Chandan when he says how they are going to respond to JDU and all that. You see, they are really caught. They are really caught between the two contradictory pulls, because on the one hand, you see, BJP today, except for a couple of states, they don't exist minus their powerful secular allies like JDU, and other allies are also gone. So in this kind of a situation, I mean, beggars cannot be choosers.
Chandan, would you want to respond to that very quickly?
While he has to be little respectful to RSS.
Very quick.
Yes, quick response, Chandan.
Very quick and crisp response. I want to tell my friend Mr. Nilotpal Basu that, yeah, I understand his, kind of globalized and dialectical analysis of the entire situation. But please remember that BJP is a party of both Ram and Roti. We have been identified with Ram, which is the spirit of India and India's spiritual nature, which I am afraid the so-called secularists, I am a secularist, but I think those who flaunt secularism on their sleeves, as some of your panelists do, don't understand the soul of India.
Okay.
So that is Ram, and we are identified with that. And Roti is something that our chief ministers are delivering in Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, everywhere else. So these go hand in hand. Ours is a party of Ram and Roti.
Okay. Professor
Karnataka also?
Professor Kanungo, last words to you. You think that this issue will...
I named three states, Mr. Vasu.
I was particularly interested about Karnataka.
Okay.
What is happening?
Professor Kanungo, last words to you. Do you think this issue will get revived, and do you think this will affect the political atmosphere in this country?
I think, it would be difficult for the BJP to take this issue to the same pitch as we have noticed in Indian politics earlier. Because it's very hard to get back to Delhi on the basis of the card of Ram.
Okay. On that score, I think we need to end this program. It's very hard for the BJP to come back to power in Delhi in the name of Ram. That is what Professor Kanungo thinks. So let's wait and watch where and how this movement will go, this issue will go. We'll wait and watch. Thanks to all my guests, Professor Shankar Aiyar, Chandan Mitra, Hari Kishore Singh, Nilotpal Basu and Professor Kanungo. Please keep watching. We'll come back with another issue on the big picture same time tomorrow.